Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So this is the thing, like this is a prime example of why I don't like the dating scene here in America, especially. Is because it's cruel. For the most part, a lot of times people are um, just can be very like cold towards other people, like especially when they're attempting to get in some type of an intimate relationship and things don't work out, and they just all of a sudden pull completely out. Um, and it also, to me, it shows that because if you're like really being real with who you are all the time, like it shouldn't be that hard to like sit down and explain like what the fuck's going on. Um, and just let a person know, like, hey, this is what is going on here. This is what I saw. This is how I feel. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But when you don't even get that, I just thought about it. I was like, well, why would somebody do that? It's like, well, it makes sense that they would do that when they haven't been completely forthcoming, perhaps, or maybe they said some things that they didn't maybe believe in as much as they maybe thought they did. Something like that. Some type of a form of deception, whether it was intentional or unintentional. That seems more fitting than to just like because the person that I'm thinking about right now, I don't feel like she's a like particularly cruel person. Like I think she's actually a cool person, not a cruel person. So for this, like to feel like some cruelty was, you know, put upon me, I don't feel like it was her intention to do so, but I do feel like because another thing too, like when I watched some of her interviews and stuff like that, I noticed that it felt like she was holding back on a number of interviews. I felt like she was not being just true with how she really felt and who she really was. And when you do that, especially when you continue to do that shit, it just it's a mechanism. It's just like muscle memory. So like that's just going to be a part of how you socialize, how you perform your conversations with people. And so it makes sense that in conversing with myself, that she would do similar things. And um, yeah, I mean, go and behold, yeah, she did. Because like one of the first things that again, like assuming that I'm assuming that this thing really happened, like because I had things like confirmations happen, like literally like telepathically she told me things about herself and her life, like personal things that I didn't know about, and I literally went to look them up on my phone and found out that they were correct, like spot on shit, like so. Three different instances, if not, and then there was another one with another person too. I think there was four with her. Like there's one that happened later too, but there's the initial three, which is another reason why I was like, wow, this is profound. Like I've never had this happen with anybody in my whole life. And like me and a particular person a few years ago, we had a very powerful connection, but it wasn't anything like this. Like I've never had somebody come to me and like give me proof of who they are, the way that she did. Kind of like out of nowhere too. And I don't think it was the enemy or anything like that, because like I can feel energy, and like it was her energy. Like because I've watched Friends and other, I've seen her in movies and stuff. I just watched her and Adam and just go with it. And or was it Let Go? One of the I get those mixed up, but it was her. I mean, it felt like her. Like so. But anyway, yeah, it just. I should have seen it coming. There's too many parts of me. Like she's a little bit more of a, she's like more like my mother. Like just very kind of. I mean, I don't know her personally, but when I look at her energy, she doesn't have the same type of like multitude of different types of energies that some of us have. I have a lot. A lot of variety. There's a lot going on here. I got all different sides of me: dark, good, bad, all different levels in between those, and colors and hues and shapes and angles. So it's like there's a lot there. It can be hard to deal with. So I get why it turns some people off, because they're like, "What the fuck? What up? What did you just say? Like what? Like." So anyway, but I don't know, man. It's just like it's just kind of sad. Like I said, just for it to be so cold too. Like it's like because it wasn't just and because like there was things converged too, like because she was kind of like, I sent the thing on the internet, and she came to me, and then I was like, she had kind of asked me like, hey, is it more than just like a kind of, because she made a video talking about she wanted to help out the kids, and I was like, oh, okay, she wants to help out the kids. I was like, cool, man, that's why. So I wrote down the 13 love to her, and then she was inquiring if there was anything like, is there more interest there, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I think you're sexy, you're beautiful, and anyway, so it was from there that things went to a different direction, which is why I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then, the one thing I don't like though is when things are left unsaid, and like, cause that's just being kind of mean, you're like, you don't, I think it's good to give closure in any type of situation when you can. Hey, buddy. So I don't feel like that was achieved. So that kind of bums me out, as well as just like it not another relationship that didn't work out. So, but it's what it is. So, all right, y'all take care. Bye.